Hello, good morning, you guys. Well, it's morning up here, so I went ahead trying something different and excuse me, I tried something different and I went ahead and I pre-shuffled and I pulled um and really like spoke to Holy Spirit first to get a little clear message to keep the video short. So I pulled from my comp cards and what I got was justice. Balancing the scales was the first to come out. And then I got fall, and then I got sacral. That's the sacral chakra. Um, hold on, I'm getting nauseous. Hold on. Okay. And the first cards that I pulled out of the tarot was the Tower in reverse, the Ace of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Six of Cups. Now, to be honest and go a little deeper, I definitely like pulled more tarot just because the message was so deep. So I'll probably like because and this is the benefit of me pulling so many cards off camera, so I can actually go into a little depth of them without the video being so long. Also, the little oracle cards I pulled was the Shadow Queen, acquiring knowledge, insecurity, and manipulation. I don't know if you see that. That's number 16. And then we have the prison wave, which is sabotage, poverty consciousness, number 31. And then we have the horse king, assertive, assistance and control. That's number 47. 42. Dang, that card has just got me off. The chess queen, which is number 30, trust and strategizing. So we actually have 31 and 30, 30, 31. So, last little moonology oracle cards I got. I seek truth and act upon realizations. I'll touch on this a little bit. And I invite peace within myself. I ripple this outwards. So this card, both of these cards really go crazily, but this card right here is insanely a match to the read. So I'm just gonna start with the first four cards. So the Tower in reverse, I was getting like there's a fear of starting something on so many levels. Like it's the same fear but viewed in two different ways, but viewed the same way, if that makes sense. Okay, so for instance, the Tower, someone was scared to invest in something or go for something because they were scared of the feelings that came with it. They were scared to explore the feelings that came with it, and the positive and the negative, like whether it was negative or positive, meaning the fear of suffering, or the fear of suffering as far as what if I put myself in it and it goes wrong. Also the fear of suffering on the lines of what if I go to put all in and they don't want the same things. Now I'm presented with a new set of feelings that I don't want to feel, a new set of negative emotions that I don't want to feel. So I can avoid that. I can avoid that disaster on both ends, whether I succeed and fail. I succeed by going and putting myself out there, but fail because it didn't fall through. Or should I, you know, like I'm avoiding the disaster of failing to fail, you know? Um, and when I say failing to fail, I mean like I go, like somebody, for instance, like a guy approaches a girl and he was already scared to approach her, so he approaches her and she disses him. He's gonna look at that as a success and a fail because it didn't fall through, but also a fail because what if I don't do it and I'm still stuck with these feelings? Like, so the Four of Swords I got, the first thing I heard was there's no rest for the wicked, for they're sleeping on the truth. And I was like, okay, bars, Holy Spirit. But no, literally, somebody is sleeping on the truth, which is this feelings that they feel like they're avoiding in this Ace of Cups, these feelings that they're just avoiding, and there's a truth that is attached to them. Um, there's a truth that's attached to them, and they're sleeping on it, and they're tossing and turning because you're sleeping on a blade of truth. So there's not going to be any really good sleep for that. So there's no rest for the wicked, for they're sleeping on the truth. Also, I got with the Six of Cups that these memories, keep them up at night. These memories bring havoc on their mental. It stresses them out. It causes them to be restless because they want that. It's like they want what was, but you got to go back with what was to heal what was to have what was in the most recent times. Um, Now, connecting all of those, I just feel like balancing everything is coming to balance. Um, the truth is about to come out. This may have started in the fall, and when I pulled that card, I did see March 13th, and March 13th being daylight savings time. So with spring forward, it's like the initiation of like what spring we're going into spring. It's now springtime, literally time springtime. Wow, and saying that springing into action, and I'll get into that. So springtime. So this imbalance or this injustice could have started in the fall, but now going into springtime and beginning of springtime, the scales will be balanced. Also with the sacral, I feel like that is also being balanced and being put into alignment as far as the Six of Cups of being of healing. There's a sacral calm, sacral chakra energy being healed amongst the feminine energy, the creative energy, the sacred, sexual, creative energy that's created out of darkness. So someone's actually going back into the darkness because when I put the Wheel of Fortune, I got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. That's because I was like, I want to know more about this. But pulling the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, I heard you're going backwards. And it's an illusion. I felt that it was an illusion. It's an illusion of someone thinking everything is going backwards or things are not moving forward. But actually, with this Knight of Pentacles, there was a plan. Um there's this hard work ethic of going back and fixing what was and healing what was or wasn't taking responsibility for, so that they could put down the Ten of Wands in reverse. They can put down those burdens, and move forward towards what they really want. Um, this also speaks of responsibility. They're putting down responsibility that they didn't take of the things that were caused, the burdens that were caused in their life, as well as they are putting down the burdens of other things that they feel like was responsibilities, but there wasn't. That's no longer theirs. They're understanding that. And I pulled the Death card after that. And when I heard what the Death card was, Death is coming to take everything that is hers or his. Um, so everything that was meant to die is dead. Death, death is come, taken, and left. So therefore, there's nothing left but to start over and a rebirth, because that's what death means. Like endings bring new beginnings. So something ended for things to begin again, something to be reborn. With the chair, I feel like the chariot is on it, so it is actually coming in. Also feel like that goes hand in hand with the Justice card. I think there's no coincidence that they kind of match. They kind of have like the same color scheme going on. So then I pulled the Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords was giving me reconciliation energy lightly until I pulled the Five of Wands in reverse. Then I was like, oh, this is definitely, it's not heavy reconciliation energy, but it is definitely like harmonizing completion. Like this cycle or whatever this issue is now completed because 5 plus 5 is 10. And this is more of a mental. I was feeling more so of this could be a little sneaky energy in regards to someone coming in. So be careful as far as them coming with the truth. Or it seems like the truth, but they're holding many truths. And I don't know if maybe you need to get all those truths. I heard I went and collected all the swords that were stabbed in my back, and this is yours. I don't know. Take that how that resonates. Um, so yeah, there's this thing, there's this whole heavy energy of somebody owning their truth and actually coming to present it to balance the scales. Um, then I asked, like, well, originally I asked, like, well, tell me more about this Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands was coming in is death. Death is coming in very fast to claim what's hers. And the Eight of Wands then came out in reverse. So that was like a slow down love. You're moving really, really fast. Um, and I feel like that is necessary because we did kind of pick up speed with the Eight of Wands. And then the Death card and the Chariot on the Death card. So things are starting to move very fast. The deaths and the rebirths are starting to happen. The deaths are getting closed out 10 by 10. I mean, 10 right after the Death card. So things are starting to close out very fast. And now it's time to start something new. Now it's time to be rebirth. But slow down on this decision of what to rebirth, or if you should rebirth it, or should you birth something new. And well, I got the Eight of Wands in reverse and the Four of Cups. And when I look at this Four of Cups, and it's so crazy due to the animals, and the Four of Cups, you already know, means represents, contemplation and reevaluation. So, of course, reevaluate, slow down, and take your time. But I got, because of the animals, to tap into your intuition and your higher self and Holy Spirit, and really speak with them and consult with them in regards to what you should do, what decision aligns best. Because right after that is justice is cause and effect, which the energy of justice is mean the decision you make is going to be detrimental to your future. And are you ready to take what comes? And it's kind of like, it's so funny that I'm saying this, it kind of repeats the very first two cards. Are you gonna go in there? Are you gonna risk it all? Basically, are you gonna avoid this disaster and sleep on these feelings? But I feel like I'm starting the whole cycle over again. So just make sure that you tap in with your higher self, because you feel like these three cups. It could be one of these three cups that you want to rebirth, but you need to make sure it's the cup that the divine is giving you. Okay, so the scales are balancing, and you see the scales in the card. And what is she holding? The sword of truth. So you need to make sure that you have both of those. Don't don't look at the sword of truth and that's just the logic. And because you have the logic here, the Five of Swords, I feel like he's holding, you have the logic, but now you need to have the spirit, the intuition part of it, and you need to tap into that, because you need both. You see the scales are kind of like a cup. So you have to balance logic and intuition in order to make the right decision. And if not, like I said in the thing, to read deeper. And then the world of realizations, and there's no Z, means to really connect with yourself, to understand, to really like almost an understanding of a truth, you know? So also a fulfillment, which I feel like this person, or maybe you with this cup, you felt like you really could not fulfill or were not fulfilled because whatever they were giving you felt like wasn't enough, or it was something completely different. As in, like, if I give you pure spring water and your cup is dirty, and every time you look at it, you're like, this is freaking muck. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's just pure spring water. And they're like, no, it's muck. Then they blame you for giving them muck. But really, they know the truth is that their cup is just dirty. And you're doing all you're supposed to do. That's the type of truth that they're sleeping on. So I'm gonna leave it there. Hope you guys enjoyed this read. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you're not a part of the Patreon family, go ahead over there and join me on Patreon. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. I hope you had a good full moon in Leo. For mine was eventful. um, Love you guys so much. Peace and love and light and growth and even darkness, because you cannot shine without the dark. Namaste. Love you.